All right, good morning. We are here in our recap market analysis. So let's go ahead and take a look at our minis futures here. Massive gap up today. Okay, so we're seeing a massive gap up today. Let's go into where some of our major levels are. We continue to talk about this 43.50 level. Okay, as you can see, held support, resistance. I'm going to go ahead and claim that's resistance there. We didn't necessarily see a massive move over that with conviction, but take a look at this morning, right? We are approaching on what I think is another critical level. We haven't been able to close over it since September. So we're going on 3 weeks here on since we have closed above 4,400 on the minis. Okay, and so again, approaching 1% here on this gap. And so, if this sticks and we don't see a wick, right? So, we saw weakness here on the 7th, so a week ago today, we continue to see weakness here. Now, these wicks weren't as long as we see up here, just in regards to pure dollar amounts. But you can see the difference in these candles, right? Signified weakness versus this candle or this candle or this candle, in which bulls certainly won the day there. And so really going to be interesting to see if this sticks and if we have a larger body on this candle than we do our wick here. Okay, and so this is what we're really going to be watching on our minis. Let's go to our VIX. VIX is just getting rumple stomped this morning. I mean, down 5%. I mean, you're seeing it already in things like UVXY down almost $1, so down close to 5%. Really, all-time low yesterday, and we're seeing another significant all-time low today. So vol is really having the wind taken out of its sails here. So we're closing down in levels we haven't seen since early September. And so, for those of us that have been putting on vol positions over the course of this kind of elevated vol, those are going to start looking really good. I personally made a mistake. I rolled a 21-23 UVXY spread that actually expired this week, right? But again, and I explained this after I put it on the first. So, as I need to get out of this particular look here here we go. This is going to be way better. So as I talked about, here's the first right here. So as I talked about in that, we only closed below 21 after I put that trade on 2 days, right up until this right here. And so because we have been fighting that on the other, now if we had been flirting in the 18, 19, 20 range rather than the 21, 22, 23 range, I certainly would have kept this trade on. But I didn't want this week for us to see a move and then get to the point where we couldn't roll for a credit, right? And so that was the rationale for that particular trade. Now, again, we're going to see a significant low here, probably gapping down. We're going to see a significant gap down here in UVXY. So, these are just the things that we're kind of paying attention to. As we look today, again, I see this 4,400. Let's actually do our minis instead here. Yeah, here are minis. I'm seeing this 4,400 level as resistance, and so we want to pay attention to this 4,400 level, and then 4,425. I think 4,425 is going to be that next level that we need to clear. We clear that, and of course we have this resistance here at 44. Let's just call this 4,470. And then I think we have 4,550 in line. So those are the levels that we want to see bulls clear: 4,400, 4,425, 4,470, 4,550. If we clear this, then we'd have to get into some measured moves. But we do a pretty significant, a couple of trend lines of resistance here. So we want to watch how that plays out. In regards to any of our other securities, we'll be working through. I went through all of the things that we currently have on here earlier this morning, just kind of doing a mental note of a couple of these positions, and really we're in a decent position to take advantage of some pretty significant decay over the next. I mean, let's go here in AMC, for example, and I mean, we've still got 200 per spread on. Um, and so I'm certainly looking at that. You know, there are a couple of things that I am interested in. I've really been enjoying trading and so there's just such good premium right now in with this really high implied volatility level that I'm interested in potentially trying to exploit some of these. It's not leveraged. It has been on a pretty significant tear, you know. So we go to and I mean we see pretty significant volatility, but you know, it's not as if we're seeing massive weekly jumps. We're seeing a sustained trend here. I mean, if we go 3-year weekly, you know, I mean, I think that there's potential here for us to do some cool trading. So I'm going to begin playing around with some trading here in really interested actually in really interested in maybe trying some new things on using options. So those are just some things that I'm thinking through. Of course, I'll alert folks to those particular trades. That's where we're at for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at Ryan@sellthatoption or hit me up in the Discord channel. Otherwise, happy trading.